Hello, good afternoon, trader. Welcome back to my channel, Forex Black Box. Today is the 15th of July, 2020. Already halfway to the month of July. The year is flying without you're not gonna notice it. Really, very fast. Anyway, so I'm looking at S&P 500 now. Looking at the daily here, guys. You see this a nice double top here started forming. The Nasdaq and S&P 500 actually went down. Um, After session open, basically went up and down a lot of pips and point. If we go like in the 5 minute here, 2 days. Well, today we open actually with a gap, isn't it? Yeah, open was a gap, and you see that if we look down in hourly 5 minute, you see that here we are open a failure to go lower, come back up, couldn't break higher, and some users started pricing the market, and we see that climbing uh, keep climbing up and come back down again. It's really noisy. There's no direction. Why? The reason being, as I said, is this resistance level here. If I put back my drawing quickly, see that is also coming across the channel bottom. So also we have a resistance one, two, three level resistance zone. So far we went all the way inside the zone, come out of the zone, and probably going to come back down lower. However, it's 12 o'clock New York time now, and it's 5 p.m. London time. So I think that we don't have much of liquidity. Markets are getting dry, and so on. So my expectation next day is going to be a big red day down here, and possibly could be today. We'll close the gap, bounce back up the following day, overnight session, and we'll continue back down around this level again here. Probably failure to break low again, and we'll try one more time before we go down, or we just go down straight away. Let's see what's going to happen anyway. We are at a strong level. There's no any investor wanted to buy here. It's too expensive, or is uncertainty. Whatever the case is, you only trade what you see. You don't trade what you think. Okay. Right, I'm gonna move quickly. I want to make this quick. Nasdaq, you can see that's coming back down as well on the daily. Open with a gap, popped all the way up. It was range all day, range bounce. So if you go back to the hourly, see that that's here it is ranged, break above the range. We couldn't really close above it. We three candles confirmation. Lovely. We broke the 20 moving average and we went down. I was short here, here, here. I had three trades and I'm done for the day on a future, not CFDs, guys. I just exit my trade like 15 minutes ago. I was talking with my colleague, and we just close for the day. Also, we see some resistance here. I'm looking at an hourly. Let me just look on the daily again. Okay, if you look at the 4 hours, I'll always look at the 4 hour, 1 hour. I'm very interested to it. I like 1 hour and 4 hours. So one here could be potential support at this level. We went down. We still have more time to go for. So maybe we're going to break below it and we'll climb back up again because we have one push up, come back down, and give you that momentum back up. However, if you look at that big momentum coming back up, that could be capped and we'll go for measure move. All market does exact the same test. All market has exact same test. Your job is to find the right combination. Your job is to find the right pair to trade or asset to trade. Back up, measure move, back up, measure move. Failure to break higher, coming strong the previous day, come back down. Sideways, failure to break lower, come back up, capped here, probably second leg down, then we'll probably come back up, or the second leg actually gonna achieve this momentum. So it could be this, bull back, continuation back for a measure move. Because those buyers, I mean the sellers, they're not playing games like we do, like in one trade and that's it. They have a machine in the back, in their back of the office running 24/7, buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. And machines seeing that as an opportunity. If you come back up here, give you opportunity to enter again. How many times? One, two, three, four. They're gonna take it. They're not gonna stay standby. Majority of them they do exact the same thing because all of us will follow the exact same pattern, and that's why when the battle become in the place, you find that momentum kick in very, very quickly. And that's when you know their footprint, you can watch it and see where they're going, right? So gold is still really holding here. S&P 500 rate is not showing a stronger momentum. However, we see this close here, guys, on the daily. So let's see what happened here. Whether or not we're gonna stay above it, they give us a hope or a chance to continue back up, more momentum up. If we go below here today, that will indicate this is strong resistance. We have this level, we have this level. So we're inside the zone of no trade zone. If we break out of it successful, then you can actually trade it. But other than that, we inside the no trade zone on the daily. Okay, that's the bigger picture. 4 hours, say that is a zone here. It's consolidation. Let me put my draws here. There's nothing here. How come? Yeah, here we go. We actually left here and we're coming back here. So we have another small zone here. Let's get this here, right? See that I didn't include this spike. I didn't include this one. I did not include this one. I only include the one they meet each other here, here, and here as well, almost. But that's the best place to put you draw your lines. See that affiliate break lower, come back up. Affiliate to break the previous swing. You see that here? There's a previous swing. Affiliate to break above it. No follow up. Continue back down. And before you go up again, affiliate to break lower and come back up. Affiliate to break up and coming back down. But now today we're testing it back up again. So let's see what's happening here. If that go down here below that day, 4 hours here, probably gonna continue back down to see another failure. If continue back up, what I can tell you, the middle of the range here, right? That's the middle of the range. Let me actually draw this quickly. Almost. That's in the middle of the range, okay? Where we are from the middle of the range, we are above the upper end. So you see how many momentum trying to break higher? You see the momentum start to go up a little bit here. We're halfway, we didn't go down again. Probably gonna retest it again a couple of times, one time, second time, probably gonna break and continue back up. So this is helping you to learn as well where to get in, where to get out. If you come down here and I show you that's a rejection, you can start to buy, leave your stop loss below there. It's so hard to be tested here because you, in the back of your mind, you know that stock is almost risk off. Gold is showing some momentum up. Ooh, back then, you see the momentum coming back up. Also, I like to answer this. One of you guys asked me about what the risk off and risk on situation. It still don't get it. So I'll be brief about this. I already made video about it. I will make a video title by what does it mean risk off and risk on. When you go to buy stock, what do you need? You need cash. You buy your stock assets with cash. You don't buy it with stones or copper or gold. No, you buy it with cash. You go to exchange, you buy it with cash. You buy food with cash. You go to stock to buy stock, you buy it with cash. And that's why the head of the snake eats the stock market. If the stock market is risk off, no people started leaving the market and they convert their asset to cash, liquidated, then that's called risk off, and that's when the dollar becomes strong because there's demand on dollar. Okay, so if it's demand on cash, that's why when the currency market come in play and you can trade it. Without the stock market, there is no currencies. Without currencies, there is no stock. But who's driving who? So the stock market is driving the currencies because the currency is sitting there not doing anything, sitting in your bank account or your account trading account, not doing nothing. They don't affect the market whatsoever. They only affect in the market when you start activating this money and buy asset, and that money going up in value or go down in value. It depends on the asset how strong it is or how weak it is. Okay, so that's I hope that explain it. Is more to it, but I will make a video. So when they become risk off situation, yen, dollar, gold should go up. Before coronavirus, it used to be yen, Swiss, gold. Now when we have coronavirus, it is the dollar, yen, gold a little bit. Gold has been slow mover. I reckon that is the instead of buying gold, they go to the cash immediately because it's risk off, not like any other risk off like day to day. You know, like previous 2019, it was risk off. You know where we go. Risk off, go to gold. Everyone know that. Since coronavirus is go to dollar, yen, cash out. I don't want to be involved in market whatsoever because I don't know where it's going. And that's why we have this imbalance happening in gold back then. If I go back on the daily, remember this imbalance happening here. A lot of sell, a lot of buying, confusion. They're supposed to be buying it, but they didn't. Everyone get scammed here trying to buy in gold because they know the risk off situation. They go up. So what happened is they take advantage of situation and they start pushing the market all the way down. And I'm sure that a lot of big players they hold their position around somewhere here, their stop loss here, somewhere here, and that's why it went all the way down quickly and come back up immediately after a few days. I mean, like we went down with pandemic. See that there was no as a risk of story at all. Come back up again because that's when gold get off the back of safe haven. But it is high now, and also S&P 500 going up, so both of them go in the same direction. So it's something completely changed since the pandemic. So remember that, guys. Okay. I hope that explained the risk of an own situation, and I will be doing bigger video talk about only about risk of an own situation. I will show some examples. Okay. Bitcoin coming back down here. You see that we see the Nasdaq and S&P 500 going down. That's indicating dollar started getting strong. So that's a nice momentum here. Your job is to see that break out of here. We have a failure down here, and let's see if it's actually is going to be continue back down. Then we'll go down to the level. Dollar is going to become strong. I really Bitcoin. I don't know. I don't take Bitcoin as a safe haven. I prefer cash, pound, and no, no, that's a symbol. Anyway, pound or euro or dollar is way better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is too expensive. I think Bitcoin will go down to $100 soon if no much demand on it. Everyone want the cash now. They wanna have to buy food and stuff like that, I guess. Oil is still holding here. As usual, oil not really going anywhere. There is not a good trade for me in oil at all. I don't trade oil myself, but if you're an oil trader, you see that you're not doing anything for the previous 30 days, the last 30 days or beginning of the month, you're not doing anything. You're just still there. You're just paying fees on the swaps. There's no good asset to trade at the moment. Very strong support at this level, holding it tight until we have some clue what's going on. However, with the momentum starting to shrink, 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 when it's breaking, it's gonna break big either way. So be prepared for it. Just stay on the side, stay right there, watch it. Yeah, smoke whatever you drink, whatever. Don't get in the market. That is not a good idea now. Okay, here you are sitting there in your chair, whatever, and just watch it. When it starts to break out, confirmation, follow up, get into the market. Here's a button. You buy above this. If you go up, come back down, come back up, you buy above it. If it does the opposite, you sell below it. Very simple. Okay, it's not simple. It's simple, but it's not easy. Dollar index on the daily as well. You see that bounce, double bottom. Have almost head and shoulder situation. Almost head. Which one is the highest? It doesn't matter. We break above here. We have a failure. Let's see what's happening here. Looks like it's holding. Cup and candle. Handle. No candle. Cup and handle. Let's see if it's going to back up again or it's going to go break below it and continue back down. There's no decision here yet. We have to see some bounce from here. I talked about that as well. Let's see a bounce. If we close here, that's a good idea to think that that's going to come back up. Also, let's see the market still have four full hours or 5 hours to close US market. So until then, we cannot decide that's the candle gonna close that way. Machine learning or artificial intelligence, whatever they do in trading computers or software, they're gonna have to wait for the day to close. From the day close that way, they have a strategy to be in play to play that role. So until then, I'm not gonna making any decision, but looks like risk off started kicking in. Euro, of course, popped up here. Affiliate looks like affiliate in my opinion, but that will be okay with uh, what's called dollar index. You see that they mirror to each other, opposite each other only. So that looks like affiliate as well, but this one increased a little bit higher than dollar index. But if that's the case, that looks very interesting to come back down. I'm still short on it. My stop loss above here. Not exactly, I think 10 pips higher, somewhere here. I don't look to the price, I look to the buttons. Remember that. I don't care about the price. Price is not going to get me anywhere. The pattern, however, it will get me anywhere. So what am I projecting? I'm projecting to come back down, try to break this low, a failure. So that's my projection. What the price? 11.114. Did I look to the price? Did I decide? I didn't never decide anything from here. I decide on the pattern. If I have a failure, we'll try to have a failure down here again. Let's see. You know, so you see, I'm not looking at the price, I'm looking at the patterns. All right, I'm moving on quickly. I have to finish that video. Cable, a sideways since the pandemic is really not going anywhere. Let me draw one more thing here for you guys. Let's see. Here you go. I have another box to keep in mind. Oh, come on, let me just put this here. There's another one here, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna make these a different color, make it light a little bit, so you know that's overall range. Okay, pandemic, come back up. Bank of England changed their interest rate and stuff, and since then we're inside that range. How far that can hold, no one knows. Could be before the last quarter, before the year is over, then we could see momentum start building down to retest again this level, or actually break higher, get out of this range, and you start trading from here. Okay. Yen still, as I said, above the 20 moving average, coming back down, respecting this channel inside the 4 hours. If I go to 4 hours now, I don't have even to look at it. There's a channel here, failure, a failure. We're inside now, halfway to the channel, almost halfway. Come back down here, we're halfway, probably bounce back up again, give another leg to short it more. If yen getting strong, of course, when the risk off start kicking in. I did not trade on it. I did not trade on it. I did not trade on it. I'm still short on pound Aussie, but I'm gonna exit. Actually, I need to exit before New York finish. I don't want to hold this. I think it's gonna hold here, guys. If risk off start kicking in, we're gonna see this pair coming back up, break a new high. So that's your entry above here, just a little bit higher. Give it 10 pips, no, only 5. Give it 10 pips. Entry. Your stop loss should be below there. If you hold, if it's going lower, then you should consider trading closer to the previous day, high of the previous day. Try to scalp it. But for long term, you buy above this one. I was short below here, and I will should exit soon now. I will short. I will exit actually, and I will wait for tomorrow morning, see how London doing. So far, we have double bottom. I talked about W, come back, retesting, almost the breakout over here. See that the breakout? We're right at it. So let's see if it's going to hold or not. If it's not going to hold, if it's a hold, it's a good trade to go up, retracement and continuation back up to this level, at least here. Pound New Zealand, same story. It's coming back. Looks like it's holding the breakout level. It's very weak momentum, very weak momentum. So unless we're going to have another leg down, continue back up, or we're going to break it, we'll continue down. I don't see this happening. We have a strong support here. One bounce here, we have one drop here. The whole area is zone. Let me just highlight this zone here. If I only take these two, squeeze it all the way down here. So what we see, a failure coming back up. We try to come back down, leg two, slowly coming back up. A failure, probably come back down. So that's I think that's what's gonna happen. Not sure if it's gonna happen or not, but very much interesting area here to because we are here. Look, high, a low. Look, that's the beginning. That's the top. That's the bottom. Failure. What happened next? Went up, come back down. Another failure, come back up. A failure, halfway. Let's see. We have a failure here. Come back down. You see, that's how. That's why you need to do back testing. That's you need to go back in time and see what happened here, right? Bound CAD. 20 moving average went down, come back up yesterday, went up this morning, come back down all the way down to here. Yeah, cable is weak, so all bound pairs will be weak as well. We have a failure here, indicating that can actually go lower. 50% of the momentum. If I put another box here, I love boxes. Here you go. We have a bottom here. We have a bottom here. 1, 2, expanded. What we have? Failure high, double legs outside, become a failure. Break the 20 moving average. That's your buying. That acts as a support. If we indeed gonna break out of this level, if we're gonna break out of this range, about 50% roughly. Here you go. So if that hold, continue back up, that'll give you 1, 2, look for a third one. One push, second push, look for a third push. If hold, if it doesn't, come back, retest, and continue back down. Try to give you another failure, come back up again. That's always the market 90%. When you try to break out, it give you a failure to break out, follow up is good, you're good to go. Okay, pound New Zealand, pound Swiss, sorry. Swiss look like, I don't trade it, guys. Look at that, it's so small. It's so tiny here. It's not really moving. All I have head, probably another shoulder, and go back down again. Possible double bottom. So far we're going down. We'll break out of this range. Test it once, twice, and coming back up again. That could be a failure today. If you just do small, let's see, small box. It can be expanded a little bit. There's nothing left. If you go all the way down here to this level, okay, we'll have some certain interest here, a failure, hold, hold, could be a failure today. If it's not, we're gonna see the following day big. That's mean we're breaking out of this range. We're looking for wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, then we'll repeat the story. Okay, this is it, guys. Thanks very much for being here. Please subscribe and like and leave a comment, and I will be doing video about risk on and off later on, hopefully this weekend, and I will upload it separately. And instead of Friday, I'm not doing any video, so I'm probably going to do that instead. Okay, guys, thanks very much. You have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.